The Mindful Life Practice.
Okay, what are we going to use today? We're going to use, if you have a couple of yoga blocks, I'm just looking at the cat. If you don't really need them. You can really use anything to pass between your hands. You are going to use, we're going to use something like a yoga strap. You could use a piece of fabric or whatever, really. And what was the last thing? No, that's it. Okay. So why don't we come onto our mats and lay down on our backs? Oh, there was one more thing. Yes, we are going to do some sliding on the ground. I knew it. So let me just grab a pair of socks. Socks or a blanket. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to plug in my mic, and you can lie down on your spine with your soles of feet together and your knees dropping wide. And why don't we press our palm, one on our belly, one on our heart. Taking deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe, just using this connection of your hands on your belly and your heart to get connected with how you're feeling in this moment, your mind and your body. What you're working with physically and mentally. So yesterday I had a practice themed around self-love and kind of ignoring the inner critic. And one of the reasons that I have not really enjoyed teaching power yoga in the past is because I feel like we all have inner critics, or at least I definitely have a loud one. And for me, when I was learning to practice yoga, I really hated these power vinyasa classes because this was the worst time for my inner critic. Would come out to the top of my head and tell me that I'm not good enough, that I'm not strong enough, that I'm not flexible enough. And I would leave feeling bad about myself instead of feeling good. So in Jen Pastiloff's book, she's a pretty famous yoga teacher and writer. She calls this inner critic the IA, which stands for, sorry for my language, the inner asshole. And I think for today's practice, we should carry on with this theme. Quieting the inner critic or quieting the IA. And whenever we hear that IA or that inner critic coming up, redirecting those thoughts, repurposing them into something positive that makes us feel good. Feel good about our bodies, feel good about our brains, feel good about our practice. If you have another intention, go ahead. That's fine. Let's take our hands onto our thighs. Bring our knees into close. Give ourselves a nice big hug. And then take your yoga strap or take whatever you're using to get your hamstring lengthening. Hook your strap around your right foot and lengthen your left leg out. So you guys are all pretty familiar with Power Vinyasa. None of you are new to this class. What we're going to do today is we're going to be revisiting some poses that we've been working on over the past few weeks. And the reason why is because I think repetition is really important when we're learning something new, right? You can't just do the splits in 1 hour. You have to practice it over and over again. So we are going to keep getting into the hamstrings. We are going to keep getting into the splits. I'll maybe throw in some arm balances just to keep it fun. Take your right leg all the way over to the right, opening up through the groin. I like to use my left palm as a little anchor on my hip to keep it rooted. And then take your right leg all the way up, switch it into the left palm, and then take the leg all the way, oopsies, over towards the left, opening the right arm, gazing over the right shoulder. And then take the foot all the way back up through center. And then let's just switch it the opposite way. So left strap hooks, right leg extends, take some deep breaths. And know that because it's early morning for all of us, it might be a little bit more tight than usual. Don't force anything. Don't try to pull it any deeper than it's meant to go. Take it easy, take your time. Switch that strap into your left palm, open it over to the left. You can use your right palm as your anchor on your right hip, stay rooted. And then the left leg comes all the way back up through center. Switch your grip. Left foot all the way over to the right. Getting your IT band stretched today. And then we're gonna come all the way up and over and move directly into our core. So get rid of that strap, just take it to the side, grab hold of your yoga block or whatever object you have to pass. You're gonna lift that block overhead and we're gonna start first by lifting up the block and tapping it to the ankles. And if you wanna switch the block between your feet, go ahead. This is my favorite core exercise ever. So funny, I said in Kenny's class yesterday, I was like, I hate core. And Nadia said to me, she's like, Alex, you love core. And it was so funny, and I realized that, you know, what I was really thinking about, like I avoided core classes for years. And the part of me that avoids core classes is that girl who first came to yoga, and that girl who had that inner critic inside of her that said, I'm not good at core, right? I'm not gonna be strong enough to do that class. And it's been so loud, this inner critic, that I've literally probably never gone to a yoga class that has the title core class on it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And the only reason I went yesterday was because it's been on the schedule for 3 weeks and I still haven't been to it yet. And anyway, when Nadia said you love core, I realized like I actually do, and I actually integrate a lot of core into my teaching. But isn't it funny how that inner critic is still with you and so loud that it's telling you you're not good at core when, you know, you're able to teach Power Vinyasa? Let's do 2 more block passes. And then come all the way back down. This time you're gonna lift your legs up and do a little bit of a crunch. Now I want you to drop your right foot, pass the block underneath the left leg, and then pass the opposite way. So it's like a little bit of a, I don't even know what this is, like a flutter kick. See Princess over there on the couch watching. I don't know if you guys can see her. She might be just out of the camera.
Let's take 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Land the block, take the knees into the chest. Interlace the palms on the back of the skull. Curl all the way up, lengthen through the right leg, tap your left elbow to your right knee, hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1, cross the opposite way, hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1, cross the opposite way. Opposite way. Let's just take 3 more. 2, and then 1. And then take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. You got this. Rock side to side. Let's gently rock all the way up to seated. And we're going to do one more thing with our core. Okay, so put your socks on or put your feet on your blanket if you have a blanket or a towel or whatever you're using. And if you have a carpeted floor, which is probably Laura in her hotel, I'm not sure if this will work. Maybe she has tiles, I don't know. If you have a carpeted floor and you can't slide, you can just come into a plank, okay? If you do have your socks and you do have your slippery surface, you're gonna come up into a plank and then see if you can draw your knees in like you're coming into crow and then push your feet all the way back. Let's take 8 of these in total. 7, 6, 5, you got this, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Land onto your knees. Just sit your hips back on your heels, rest in your child's pose, take 3 deep breaths. Come all the way up into a table. Leave your left palm on the mat where it is. Thread your right palm face up so you're flipping your wrist. And then just get into a little bit of a deep stretch here. We'll take a little bit of a break. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then flip the opposite way. So right palm goes face up, right palm goes face down, left palm goes face up, fingertips towards the knee, taking some deep breaths. Land the left palm, and then take an inhale, come into your cow. Take an exhale, come into your cat. Let's take one more. And then come back into neutral. We're taking one more set of these 8 plank crow things, okay? So come up into your plank, you can do this. Draw the knees in, that's 1. Push the feet away. Knees in, 2. Push the feet away. 3. 4. 5. 6. You got this. 7. And then 8. And then just land the knees, sit the hips back on the heels, rest. Slowly roll all the way up to seated. I'm just going to remove my socks off my feet. And then bring my body up into the first,
downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, bend through one knee, bend through the next. Drop your head, rock side to side, no, give it a little wiggle, yes. And then bend through the knees, gaze forward. Step your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Take an exhale, forward fold. Bend through the knees, sit the hips back, come into your chair, lifting your arms up. There's my phone. I want to see what time we're at. Okay, staying in your chair for 3, for 2, and then on 1, you're gonna forward fold, releasing your fingertips. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold, plant the palms, step your feet back, plank, and then flow through your first vinyasa. Okay, coming all the way up into your down dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Draw your right knee and step your right foot between your palms. Inhale all the way up, crescent lunge. And then exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back. Let's move through a vinyasa flow. And then come all the way up into a down dog. Opposite side, left leg lifts. Draw your left knee in. Step your left foot between your palms. Breathe in, crescent. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back, vinyasa. Let's do it again. Right leg lifts. Right knee draws in, step the foot between the palms. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Step back, vinyasa. Come up to your down dog. By the way, you can always skip a vinyasa. You don't have to do it. I skip all the time. Left leg lifts. Draw your left knee in, step between your palms. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Step back, vinyasa. This time when you come up into down dog, let's stay here for 5 breaths. Inhaling 1. Exhaling 2. Your breath is starting to quicken, slow it down. Inhale. And then exhale. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Sorry, I lied. I think I said 3 breaths. Or sorry, 5. So take 2 more. 1 more. Bend through the knees, gaze forward. Hop or step feet up to meet the hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, sit back, find your chair. Take your palms into your heart center. Take an inhale, lift through your elbows, and then twist your right elbow to your left knee. Okay, take 3 breaths. And then come all the way back through center. Twist the opposite way, left elbow, right knee. Come all the way back through center, take a big inhale. Exhale into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, plant the palms. Maybe move through a vinyasa, maybe just step back to down dog. And so we are gonna move through 2 more warm-up flows, adding a little bit of a hop in. Do what you can do. Don't let that inner critic get the best of you. If it says you're not good at this, reminded that there's no such thing as being good at this. There's no such good thing as being good at yoga. We just do yoga. We just live yoga, we be yoga. All right, left leg lifts up towards the sky this time. Bend through your right knee, gaze forward. You're gonna hop the right foot, land onto the left foot, and then inhale up into your lunge. So if the hop isn't possible, just step the right foot forward, okay? Exhale it back down. This time, ground your left palm, sweep your right arm up towards the sky, step your right foot all the way back to plank. Stay in plank for 3, for 2, and then for 1, land the palm, Vinyasa. Opposite side, right leg lifts. Bend through the knee, gaze forward. Hop the left foot forward. Inhale up into your crescent. Exhale, hands back down. Plant your right palm, lift your left arm up towards the sky. Step all the way back into your side plank. And then land the left palm back down, flow all the way up to your down dog. All right, one more time, adding on. Left leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend through the right knee, gaze forward. Hop your right foot up between the hands, land onto your left foot. Inhale up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come all the way up, windmill palms to the mat, frame the foot. Now leave your left palm where it is, take your right palm up towards the sky. One more time, roll into your side plank. And then land your right palm, flow through Vinyasa. One more time, we got this. Right leg lifts. Bend through the left knee, gaze forward. Hop the foot forward, inhale up to your crescent. Open to your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Windmill palms to the mat. Keep your right palm grounded. Lift your left palm up towards the sky. Step back to your side plank. Land your left palm. Flow through Vinyasa. And then let's take a moment to just come into a position of rest. So root your knees, untuck your toes, sit your hips back on your heels, press your forehead into the mat, and do a little scan of what's going on. How is your body feeling? How is your mind? We started our practice about 25 minutes ago, so check in. Has a transformation already started to occur? Has that inner critic shown up yet? If you need to grab a sip of water or a towel off of sweat before we go on, continue. So we're getting into the meat of our flow. And we are going to continue with our work in the splits, as you've been doing throughout the rest of this week. So when you're ready, inhaling all the way up into a table, spreading through the palms, spreading through the fingers, tucking the toes, lifting up and back to your down dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend through the right knee, stack your hips. Just stay here with this hip open for 3 breaths. And then unwind, draw the knee into the chest, hold the knee there. Staying for 3, for 2. And then on 1, step your right foot all the way forward. Inhale up into your crescent. And then land the left heel. Find yourself in warrior 2. Let's inhale, reverse our warrior, breathing into the right side body. And then exhale, come all the way up. Lengthen through your right leg, shorten your stance a little bit. Hinge forward. Take your right arm alongside your right leg. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. So now you're in your triangle, your Trikonasana. And if you want to shift weight onto your right foot, your right fingertips, go ahead, finding your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Land your left fingertips. Walk your fingertips back in space towards the right foot. Square the foot. Lift the foot high, high, high behind you. Standing splits. 3, 2. And then on 1, step your left foot all the way back. And then we're going to lift up and do a little quarter swivel. Okay? So left toes are pointing towards the back of the mat. Right foot is in on the 45-degree angle. There's a slight bend through your left knee, a little bit of a micro bend. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Hinge forward like you're reaching at the hands. And then square your palms to frame your left foot. Take a few deep breaths. Getting into the hamstring here. Leave your right fingertips central as you take your left arm up towards the sky. Start to shift weight onto your left foot and your right fingertips as you lift your right leg up behind you. 3, 2. And then on 1, you're going to tilt all the way up to stand. Take your right knee into your chest and just stay for 3 breaths. 3, 2. On 1, land your right foot. Take your palms up towards the sky. Take your palms into your heart center. Bend your knees, sit back. Twist and land your right elbow onto your left knee. Okay? Staying in this twisted chair, we are going to step the right foot all the way back, coming into a twisted lunge. And then maybe you want to extend your right arm down, lift your left arm up. Take your palms back together. Take your palms onto the mat. Land your right knee. Inhale your arms up towards the sky, low lunge. And then exhale your palms forward. We're going to walk our palms back as we lengthen over the left leg. Okay, take 3 breaths, inhaling. And then exhaling. 2 more. And then 1 more. And then walk your palms forward. Land your right palm, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, lift your left arm. Walk your left foot all the way back. Find your side plank. 3, 2. And then 1, land your left palm down. Let's take a Vinyasa flow. And then come all the way up to a down dog. And then take a few rounds of breath before we take that flow on the opposite side. So left leg lifts up. Bend through your left knee, stack your hips. Slowly unwind. Draw your left knee in. Bring it into the chest. Stay for 3. For 2. And then for 1, step your left foot forward. Inhale your palms up to crescent. And then exhale, open into your warrior 2. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. Come all the way back up. Lengthen through your left leg. Walk your right foot in a tiny bit. Hinge forward. Left arm alongside your left leg. And then maybe shifting weight onto the left foot and left fingertips. Reaching your right leg up. Find your half moon. Land your right palm back down. Let's walk the fingertips back. Lift the left leg higher. 3, 2, and then 1. Step your right foot all the way back. We'll do this swivel all the way. So left foot's now on the 45-degree angle. Right toes are facing forward. Take your arms up towards the sky. Big inhale. Reach your arms forward. Let the arms dangle. Frame the foot. Keep your left fingertips where they are. Take your right arm up towards the sky and then maybe shift weight onto your right foot, your left fingertips. Stay in this revolved half moon for 3, for 2. You got this. 1, come all the way up to stand, finding your balance, knee into the chest, knowing that it's okay if you fall. And then land your left foot. Take your arms up towards the sky. Hands at heart center. Inhale, lift at the elbows. And then twist. Which way did we twist on this side? We had our right elbow on our left knee, yeah? So left elbow on right knee. And then step your left foot all the way back, coming into this twisted low lunge. And then maybe you take your left arm up, your right arm up. Slowly unwind back through center. Land your fingertips, land your left knee. Walk the fingertips back as you lengthen over the right leg. And then take 3 breaths, inhaling, exhaling, 2. 1 more. Walk fingertips forward, plant the left palm, lift the left knee, take your right arm up towards the sky, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, take the right arm up. Finding your side plank, 3 breaths. And then land the right palm, flow through Vinyasa. Bring yourself all the way up to down dog. Let's take a little break between sides. Just land the knees, sit the hips back, find your child's pose. Slowly roll up to seated. If you have blocks, you might use them. If not, you don't really need them. We're going to play around with Lal Asana, this arm balancing pose. I like to do it with my blocks. I find it just helps me get a little bit of a lift in my body. So I'm going to take my right foot and bring it into lotus. So I'm going to bring my right heel into my left hip crease. If this doesn't work for you, you can just do crisscross, okay? And then I'm going to take my left foot and bring it into my right hip crease. So my feet are now in this lotus crossing, okay? My blocks are beside my hips. And then I'm going to press into the blocks, but you can press into the ground and see if you can lift your hips up, just floating here, really supporting yourself, pushing the ground away. Core is turned on, holding on for 10, 9, 8, you got it, 7. And if you don't got it, that's okay, 6, you're not bad at yoga, 4, 5, 3, wow, I'm counting all off, 2, and then 1, sit all the way back down. Let's uncross our legs, open our legs wide, and then come into a wide-legged forward fold. So it might be nice to cushion your hips, get a little bit of lift, take a breath in, and then walk your arms forward, kind of spilling out through your hips, forward folding. Come all the way up. Bring your legs into cross. We're going to come all the way back into our down dog and get ready to take that flow one more time on the opposite, not the opposite side, just adding on. Take your right leg up towards the sky. Bend through your right knee, maybe ripple all the way forward. Flip your dog, wild thing, lift your heart, 3, 2, and then 1. Take your knee into your chest, hold for 3. Hold for 2, and then on 1, step your right foot all the way forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, open into warrior 2. Okay, breathe in, reverse your warrior. Come all the way up, lengthen through your right leg. Shorten your stance a little bit. Reach the right hand forward, take your right arm alongside your right leg. And then maybe you shift weight onto your right foot and your right fingertips, half moon. And then if you want to kick your left heel in towards your bottom, go ahead. Release your left palm, land your left fingertips, walk your fingertips back as you lift leg higher, standing splits, 3, 2, and then on 1, step your left foot all the way back, lift all the way up into your swivel. Okay, right foot comes in, left leg extends, inhale your arms up, reach your fingertips forward, frame the foot. Keep your right fingertips where they are. Take your left arm up towards the sky, finding your revolved half moon. Shift weight onto your left foot and your right fingertips. And maybe you can kick the heel towards the bottom. Staying for 3, for 2. And then on 1, tilt all the way up to stand. Take your fingertips around your right big toe. Lengthen your leg, your right leg out. Taking 3 deep breaths. Land your right foot. Lift your arms up, sit back. Take your palms into heart center. Take a little bit of a twist. If you want to come all the way into your revolved Bakasana, go ahead. Hands land. Elbows on the leg. Lift the feet up. Watch that inner critic. If you can't do it, know that it's okay. It's no big deal. It's a practice, not a performance. And then come all the way up. Lifting all the way back into that twisted chair. Let's step our right foot all the way back. Extend through your right arm. Wrap your left arm back around. If you want to come into your revolved revolved bird of paradise, if you have this as part of your practice, maybe you step the right foot in. Oopsies. Trust weight onto your right foot. Come all the way up to stand. Extend through your left leg. 3, 2, and then on 1, land the left foot. Step the right foot all the way back. Unwind. Take your palms onto the mat. One more time, land your right knee. Walk your fingertips back, lengthen through the leg. Maybe getting a few breaths. Maybe getting a little deeper than you did before. Walk your fingertips forward, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, plant through your right palm, left arm up towards the sky, step your left foot back, find your side plank. 3, 2, and then 1, land the palm down, Vinyasa. Bring yourself up to down dog, and then just take a few rounds of breath in your down dog. 1 more side, we got this. Left leg lifts, 3-legged dog, bend through your left knee, stack the hips. If you want to ripple forward and flip your dog, go ahead, being mindful. Come all the way forward, left knee into the chest, stay for 3, for 2, for 1. Take your left foot forward, lift up, land the right foot. Let's inhale, reverse the warrior. Come all the way back up, lengthen through the left leg, shorten your stance, hinge forward, left arm alongside left leg. Shift weight onto your left foot and your left fingertips. Lift your right leg up towards the sky, maybe going for that sugar cane. Release the right foot, release the right palm, land the right fingertips. Walk your fingertips back as you lift the right leg higher. 3, 2, and then 1. Step your right foot all the way back. Lift all the way up, quarter swivel. We're almost done. Your inner critic is saying you can't do much longer. Know that you can. We're almost done. Take your palms up towards the sky. Hinge forward. Frame your foot. Left fingertips stay this time. Right fingertips spiral upward. Shift weight onto your right and left foot as you find yourself in a revolved half moon, and maybe you grip the palm to the foot. And then tilt all the way up to stand. Left knee into the chest. If you want to land your right hip, grip the big toe, extend the leg out, go ahead. And then release the foot down. Inhale up into your chair, palms into heart center, left elbow, right knee. Step back with your left foot. Extend your arms. Maybe you wrap the arm around. Find your bind. Perhaps you hop the foot forward again and then lift all the way up into your revolved bird of paradise. And if you're not feeling it today, you're still a good person. You're still a yogi. Step that right foot back. Step the left foot back, unwind. Take a big inhale. Land your palms, land your knee. Walk your fingertips back as you invite length over the leg. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Walk your fingertips forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, root through your left palm. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Our last time, our side plank. 3, 2, and then 1. Land your right palm forward. Take a vinyasa. Bend through the knees, gaze forward. We're gonna hop the feet wider than the hands. Sit the hips down. Take the palms into heart center. Find yourself into a squat. So if you want to stay in your squat, go ahead. If you want to arm balance, I'm going to give you an opportunity to Bakasana. So you're going to land your palms, lift your bottom up, wiggle your feet in, snuggle your knees into your armpits, shift forward, maybe your tippy toes lift. Gaze forward, hold wherever you are. Know that it's okay if you fall. 3, 2, and then 1. If you can hop back, go ahead. And if you cannot, don't. You don't feel like it, don't. And then from your down dog, we are going to land the knees onto the mat again. Sit the hips back on the heels. So we're coming into our peak pose, which is going to be our Hanumanasana. So socks, hopefully they're still around. Blanket, towel, whatever. You also don't need any of these things. You can also just come into the half Hanumanasana as we did earlier. Okay, so I'm putting my socks back on my feet. These socks are from when I was a teenager. They're Ralph Lauren socks. I don't know why, like, I thought it was cool to have such expensive socks. Now it just seems so ridiculous. I buy the cheapest socks possible. I mean, I guess they've lasted a long time, but I don't think they've made me any more cool than when I'm just wearing cheap socks. And now I'm just gonna get them all dirty with my Hanumanasana. So I'm gonna fold over my mat a little bit to support my knee. I'm leaving my left knee on the mat, and I'm stepping the right foot forward, okay? So we're in a low lunge. And actually, I'm going to walk my knee a bit further back. Basically, you just want to create a long, low lunge and lots of space. And then once you find the space, you're going to lengthen your leg out. And now I'm actually going to take my blocks since I have them here. Your hands can be on the ground as well. I sometimes find blocks just help me lengthen up a bit more. And then just use this. What's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say friction, but it's not friction. It's like lack of friction. Use this slippy slidiness of the sock on the slippy ground to let your foot kind of propel forward. And remember that we can't do splits in an hour. And that we can't do splits, especially necessarily in the morning. So this might be all you get, or you might be all the way up here, and that's okay. Watch out for that inner critic who is telling the story. And see if you can change the story. Instead of, I can't do this yet. I'm working towards this, whatever. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then come all the way back up. And then just land the right knee back on the mat. Let's take our hands back onto the earth for a moment. And then just do a couple of cat-cows. And I want you to examine how your right leg feels in comparison to your left. Has space been created? Has anything shifted? And let your spine come back into neutral. Hands can be on the blocks. Step your left foot forward, lengthen through your left leg. Let that slippy slidiness get you into it a little bit deeper. And know that your left leg might be totally different than your right. Be open to that, be aware of that. Taking one more inhale. Taking one more exhale. And then just come all the way back up. Land your left knee. Release your blocks. Land your palms. And then take a couple cat-cows. Sit your hips back on your heels. Let's unroll our yoga mats. Swing our feet around. And we're gonna bring our bodies up into a back bend just to counter everything that we just did. So if you wanna take your bridge, go ahead, lifting your hips up. And if you wanna come into your full wheel, also go ahead, landing your palms, lifting your heart. Taking 3 more breaths. And then slowly come all the way down, landing the back of your head, landing your back body. Take a moment with your spine just in neutral. And then we'll take our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a little bit of a hug, rocking from side to side. Keep your fingertips around your right shin. Lengthen your left leg out. Just stay with the knee into the chest. And then land the left palm on the right knee. Draw the left knee all the way across the body, bringing yourself into a spinal twist. Taking one more round of breath. Let's come all the way back through center. And then take that twist the opposite way. So fingertips are on the left shin, right leg extends. And then open your left leg over to the right, coming into your twist. Come all the way back into center. Take both knees into your chest. And let yourself have a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for making it here, for making this practice a priority, no matter what you accomplished or did not accomplish. You accomplished the most important thing, which is being here. And then slowly extend one leg, the left, and then the right. Taking your hands on your belly, hand on your heart, coming back to that breath and that heartbeat. Check in with yourself at the end of your practice. For me, it's always like a miracle of healing. Space has been created. My mind feels a bit more calm. I feel more at peace in my heart. How do you feel? If you're good in Shavasana, stay in Shavasana. If you want to do seated meditation, that's also okay. Knowing that I will bring you back when the time's up. Just give your fingers and your toes a little wiggle. Run a nice long stretch, fingers all the way through toes. Take your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. We're going to slowly make our way up to seated. Take our palms into our heart center. This moment, simply breathing. Tell your inner critic or tell yourself whatever it needs to hear. And then we're going to finish with an Om sound. Inhaling and then exhaling. Then inhaling through to make the Om. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take a breath in. May all beings be happy and be healthy and be free. May the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice.